Welcome to Sipped on iOS. Sipped is an application that helps you track what you drink with ease. You simply take a photo of your drink, tap one or two buttons, and your drink is logged. It helps you then understand your alcohol consumption and gives you key insights into what you're drinking over what period of time. Hi there, welcome to the tutorial on how to use Sipped on iOS. As you enter the application, you see the home view. Here you'll see different types of alcohol. As I scroll across, we've got everything from absinthe, tequila, vodka, whiskey, wine, and beer. To simply add a drink, we just tap on the little plus at one of the drink cards. So let's say I would like to add a bottle of beer. I tap on the plus and you'll see a bottle of beer appear in your drinks overview. Let's say I'm actually a wine drinker. Again, we can scroll to wine, just add a plus and you'll see wine come into your overview. The overview is based on units of alcohol instead of drinks. So I can have a bottle of wine, which is technically one drink, but it contains a lot more units of alcohol than, say, a bottle of beer. Again, if I would like a single vodka, you will see vodka and the drink that's associated with the alcohol, single vodka 1 unit, we can just click on plus. But let's say I have a tendency to maybe drink a bit more than a single unit, or let's say I would like to add a bottle of wine. If we press and hold on the drink card, we'll see the different types of drinks associated with that alcohol. So in this instance, the alcohol type of wine has a glass of wine and a bottle of wine. The heart represents the default drink associated with that alcohol. So if we would like to log a bottle of wine, we would just tap and hold on wine and click on bottle of wine, and you'll see it's added a bottle of wine to the overview. Now that we've added a couple of drinks, we can see that these drinks cards are arranged alphabetically, absinthe being the first thing, beer, brandy, and so on. A lot of people don't drink absinthe. So if I'm actually a wine drinker or a whiskey drinker, instead of scrolling all the way to the end to add a wine or whiskey that's at the end of the alphabet, I can actually set the drinks that I would like first. The alcohol that I would like first, if we go to settings, we've got alcohol arrangement, we tap edit, and we could drag whiskey and wine to the top of the alcohol list. And if we go back to the sips overview, we can see that whiskey and wine are entered there. Again, if I would like a double whiskey instead of a single whiskey, tap and hold, I could tap double whiskey, and that's now added a double whiskey to the overview. Let's say instead of drinking a single whiskey and a glass of wine, I want to set my defaults to a double whiskey and a bottle of wine. Again, if we press and hold, we can see that the default is set to single whiskey instead of double whiskey. And for the wine category, we can see that it's set to a glass of wine instead of a bottle of wine. We can change this by going to settings, set default drinks, double whiskey, and I want to set my wine category to a bottle of wine. If we go back, we can see that it is now set to a double whiskey as a default and a bottle of wine as a default. Let's say we would like to add our drinks yesterday. We had a bit of a heavy night and we didn't log our drinks. Obviously tapping plus adds the drink at this time on this day, but let's say we come back and we want to add the drinks to what we drank yesterday. At the bottom here, you can see a manual entry for a drink. Here, it's got a little form that says when we want to add what drink. So let's say last night I had 2 double gins. I just fill out the form as shown. How many? 2. On what date? And it was last night. Great. It then builds the drink card so you have a visual aid to what you're actually adding and logging. And at the bottom, we just click add, and you'll see it has added our drinks to the overview. Now with a bit more alcohol data, we can use something that's actually in the pro version of Sipt, and that is habits. The habit screen basically gives you a breakdown and shots and snapshots of information about how many units you've had, how many drinks you've had, what was your favorite alcohol, and it breaks it down into bar charts, pie charts, and useful information to help you understand how you actually consumed alcohol throughout the month. In the settings tabs here, we've already explained the alcohol arrangement, how you can change your preferences of which alcohol categories you like. We've explained the setting of default drinks. Region is what alcohol measurements are set in your country. I'm from South Africa, so it is defaulted to South Africa. But if I wanted to change to the United States, I'm from South Africa, but if I want to change to the United States, I can tap on the United States. And you'll see now that the measurement of a glass of wine has changed. The measurement of a beer has changed. Again, in South Africa, we use draft is a 500ml beer, but the United Kingdom, for the sake of an argument, use something called pints. You'll see here now that instead of a draft of beer, it's called a pint of beer, and it's precisely measured to the standards of a pint of beer in the UK. Also in settings, we have what is a unit. This helps you understand how units are calculated and how we actually measure units across different regions and different countries. The tutorial just helps you understand how to use Sipt, snap it, tap it, type it, change it. Terms and conditions, privacy policy, that's all boring. And then we have dark mode. We can change Sipt's look and feel with just a flick of a button. So obviously, if you enjoy the lighter side of an application, you can turn dark mode off, and you'll see that the entire application is now in a light mode. Again, if you like Sipt in a darker format, you can just go to settings, flick that switch, and you'll see that Sipt has actually changed entirely to a dark mode format. Sipt's main feature is to help you log a drink quickly by simply taking a photo of it. And that can be done by tapping this little camera button here at the bottom of the home screen. I don't have a beer with me, so for the sake of the demo, I'm actually going to take a photo of a beer on my computer, but the application remains the same. You'll see I've taken a photo of a draft, and if I tap on use photo, it'll then give me the options of the machine learning algorithm, and you'll see that it has correctly predicted the type of beer. My region is set to the UK, so it's predicted that it's a pint of beer, which it would be in the UK. It gives you other options of cider and a bottle of beer. This is the machine learning algorithm just giving you a percentage and confidence interval. It also helps you to change your actual selection. If it's not beer and it's actually a cider, we can just tap cider, and you'll see that it's changed the bottom selections to a pint of cider or a bottle of cider. Again, if it's actually beer that we wanted, we can tap beer, and you'll see that it's changed to the selection of a pint of beer or a bottle of beer. So as it originally predicted correctly, it is a pint of beer, and we can just click add, and there it adds it to the your alcohol log and adds it to the overview of your alcohol consumption. The benefits of Sipt Pro give you the habit screen, which we discussed earlier. It also gives you unlimited entries of alcohol. It also gives you updated machine learning algorithms, which is the unique feature of Sipt, to easily distinguish and identify the drinks that you're taking a photo of. If we're looking to purchase Sipt Pro, we can go to settings and say try Sipt Pro.